What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? Hey, yo, it's Nate Dogg, 916, coming at you live from Sacramento. Hey, go ahead and hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell, man, if you want to keep catching my content, man. Shout out to the homie, first of all, shout out to the homie from J4L Records, Sacramento's own. Met bro in the gym this morning. Salute, bro. Thanks for watching my content, man. Yeah, keep coming, man. You gave me a reason to want to get on today and do something, honestly. So today, right, we'll talk about, man, that everybody says that F around and find out, right? F around and find out, right? So what I like to do, right, is I'd like to apply that to real life, right? To real life, right? To these youngsters out here, man. To these youngsters and these grown folks, man, and these old dudes, man. Y'all gonna F around and find out that life's not a joke. You youngsters gonna, as far as the young dudes is concerned, younger men, whatever, that's just coasting through life, either still living with their parents or living off their girl, or doing whatever they doing, like nothing is so serious. I'm not getting a job, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this, with a whole bunch of what you're not doing and not doing anything, right? You go F around and find out what life is all about. You know what I mean? When all those people who you can depend on and lean on and use as a crutch at this point in your life are no longer there for you. Whether they pass, you know, God willing, they last as long as possible. Whether they pass or the girl, you break up with the girl, or, you know what I mean? Nothing. The only thing for sure is what you establish yourself, man. And even that's not for sure in some cases. But establishing that drive in yourself is gonna make you, no matter what happens with a form of income, that you go get out and go figure out another way to get it. That's what that drive will establish. Right? That's what that drive in you will establish. Like my job is not promised to be there all the time. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? I can accidentally have an accident and they decide to terminate. Not very likely, but anything's possible. But that doesn't mean my life is over. That just means I gotta get up, get out, and go find something else. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit still on the sideline and watch everybody else eat while I'm hungry and continue and consistently wait for somebody else to do something for me. Nah, I'm outside. I'm going to get it. I'm going to figure it out, man. I'm gonna find a way to bring in some income at all times. I'm gonna always find a way to bring in some income. I'd never be the type that has to depend on anybody else for my day-to-day survival. I refuse. I don't depend on YouTube for my everyday survival. I don't depend on my wife for my everyday survival. I don't depend on any of my family members for my everyday survival. I get outside and go get it. Where I'm going now, I'm going to get some more money. You know what I mean? It's my off day. I'm going to make some money. I'm going to make some money today on my off day. Right. So just, you guys got to think about that, man. And these old heads, man, that you just can't leave the streets alone. You my age and you still can't leave the streets alone. Come on, bruh. For what? For what? You in the same... Look, man. I remember going to prison. In 1996, I got incarcerated, right? I hit prison in 97. But I went to prison in I got incarcerated in 1996. I didn't come home till 2014. I was 21 years old when I got arrested. I had just turned 21. So I was 20, about to be 20. I was 21 when I hit prison. So I got out. And when I was 21, it was dudes that was like 40, something like that, outside, older cats, already older cats outside, right? I came home, bro, and I'm at a neighborhood Wiener Schnitzel. In my neighborhood, right? And I hear somebody say, Nate? The same OG that was outside back in the day, right? Pulling up in an old ass Tahoe Like, respectfully, any vehicle's a vehicle. You know, it's not about the year, make, or model. But if you got a car, you got a car. But you still on in the winter system. See, that's how far removed I was from being in the hood like that. I didn't realize that the Winter Central parking lot had basically turned into a trap, right? And you still riding around in the car with young females from trap to trap. You still ain't accomplished nothing with your life. You gotta be 60 plus. You gotta be 60 plus, and you still in the same position you was in 96. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. These dudes that go in and out of prison, back and forth, I did a year, I did 2 years, I did 8 months, I did a year. Man, you doing a life sentence on the installment plan. And you still don't think nothing wrong with how you living. You still don't think nothing wrong with how you living. You still refuse to go clock in at anybody's workplace. You still haven't started no business that will increase, that will bring in revenue, and you not have to go work. You haven't created a source of income for yourself legally that is going to be beneficial for you and your family. Like, half the dudes I know that's old heads, kids don't even like them. Their kids is grown doing the same stuff because what's the example they had? What's the example they had? You know what I mean? I've been out almost 11 years. Ain't none of my kids doing nothing close to what I was doing when I was their ages. They all doing big stuff. Ain't none of them never had a record, never had a juvenile record, adult record, never been in handcuffs. None of them. And I got 10. None of them. None of them. My 20-year-old, the one I talk about being a barber, he talking about opening his own shop as soon as possible. At 20. Come on, man. I'm not even finna go down and brag about how all my kids is doing because they all are doing amazing. But it's just the point, like these old heads, man, y'all missed out on so much going back and forth to prison, and then now you out here and you still missing out because that your kids get around you and they see you on the same stuff. They see you on the same stuff. It's like, what's the point of building a relationship and building a situation with you when I know you just gonna be gone in a minute anyway? Just like you have been for my whole entire life. See, my kids had a leg to stand on when I came home because I was gone so long. They had something to say about me not being around. Now, you couldn't get not one of my kids to say I'm not an actual dad, like a real dad, not just a weekend dad, not just a child support trick dad. I'm a dad, 100%, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at all times, because I value that. I value my kids' upbringing. I value the time I get to spend around my kids. And until people start deciding what they value, they're gonna keep or placing the right amount of perspective on the things you do value, because obviously you haven't prioritized your kids and your family above the streets and prison and or jail, because to you, oh, jail ain't nothing, prison ain't nothing, I do that with standing on my head. But yeah, but your family do that with you while you standing on your head. They out here missing you. Your son out here playing his first basketball game, football game. Your daughter out here going to her first school dance, first time wearing makeup. She don't have daddy's guidance to teach her what to look out for, what not to look out for when it comes to men and boys. She just got what mommy tell her. And then you have to go back until what does mommy know? Because mommy chose you. Mommy chose the guy that was in the streets, back and forth in jail. Mommy chose that, so what is she gonna teach her daughter to choose? Same type stuff, from my opinion. Mommy don't see nothing wrong with it, so why would she tell her daughter there's something wrong with it? Because that's what mommy like, right? And that's why it's our job as fathers to teach our kids how they're supposed to stop, how they're supposed to step in this life, man. But I can't teach my kid how to step if I'm not showing them with examples of it. I can't be sitting in a prison cell saying, hey, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. But I'm in prison? Like, man, how can you really call a child and tell them you better stop screwing up when everything about your life is the fact that you was a screw up? Come on, man. Y'all got to start looking through the clouds, man, and seeing what's clear, man. Take care of your families. Take care of the people that love you, man. Y'all can listen to whoever else y'all want to on the YouTubes, man. All I'm going to do is tell you the truth, man. Salute. Stay loyal.